Michael, I want to get into a little bit of positive news first. Then I want to get into the technological control grid, the enslavement grid, what your new film's about, that is the bad news, but knowing the enemy is half the battle. But you talk and speak a lot about the exponential awakening. And listen, I tend to underestimate how many people I reach individually. And I'm just one, little outpost in all of this. I don't overgauge myself. But really, it doesn't matter any guest I call up now, some engineer or Chuck Norris or, some politician or somebody in another country, or I go to foreign countries. People all over the street come up to me now. I go to Honduras, or I go to England, or I go to Germany, or I go to, some other part of the world. And just, I'm one little guy in all this. And now, take Austin, my center of operations. It's now where I'll be at the gym and 80% of the people in there come up and aren't just coming up saying hi. They're waking up, they're listening. And so I see with my own life an exponential explosion in people starting to understand there's more to the world than meets the eye or the mainstream media surface. And so it's exponential. So I see these two things that, the global enslavement grid coming head to head with a mass human awakening. Your comments on that?
Well, I agree with that totally. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing my work. It is one of the things everything you said is true for me as well. Wherever I go, the enormous amount of emails and feedback that I get, and even the negative reaction, at least that shows me that this juggernaut, as I said, the lights, must be blinding some people. That gives you the reverse understanding that, it must be happening, because look at even the reactions it's causing, even in a negative way, to people. You must know that by their threat, you can also tell, by their backlashing, you can tell, my God, our time has come. And I always describe it as being that people have to stay very optimistic what's happening. This I am not a person who ever believes that evil will ever triumph in the world, because just like nature abhors a vacuum, nature also abhors that which is evil. If you are evil, if you're operating from that mindset, you've actually just raised a red flag to the powers of nature to say, come and get me, wipe me out. And I also believe that we are in the time of the death throes of this kind of, sphere of activity, this kind of imperialism. It's bad, it's hot, yeah, they're up in our face. But as a matter of fact, I also believe, you see, that it's a situation in which these individuals, it's their dying days. They're in the last phase of the tyranny, and that, it's a situation that we're gonna overcome it. And it's just, I don't entertain any other idea at all, because I wouldn't be wasting my time on 5 minutes of any of this research if I didn't totally and utterly believe that good always triumphs over evil, and it will do, and that these people are evil. And my message is that we have to study the nature of evil. Yeah, a person can be good, but a person can also be good and stupid, or good and blind. The point is now that the awakening continues as we pass the torch from one person to the other. We get our arms around as much information as we can. We do not bicker because we have minute differences. We're all encamped here. I said this in one of my talks in Los Angeles. We all have our tents encamped upon the battlefield. We have a common enemy to fight. Let us not then bicker and fight amongst ourselves, which is exactly what the enemy on the other side of the valley wants us to do, and which is expert at creating situations in which we do this. We've got to understand the fifth columnists, the agent provocateurs, who come in to pit one side of the research community against another. That's why the internet is infested with these kinds of people, these so-called debunkers, these so-called slimy, so-called internet assassins. I've often said that, behind every garbage can is a critic. Well, inside every garbage can is a debunker. And these people are the ones who are like the frozen deer, the toothless piranhas that are stifling.
Well, have you noticed they never give any proof either? We're saying we're waking up, we're positive, we're affecting truth. I know. But people who are really doing it are waking people up, they're involved, they're saying let's work together. But the enemy will attack you and then say, oh, we should work together, why aren't you working together? They never, it's just unbelievable. But it's not just conscious enemy operatives. There are a lot of just broken down, morbid, malfunctioning minds out there that, also have woken up to the New World Order, but still just thrash about attacking everyone. We're going to continue with Michael Tessarian. MichaelTessarian.com is his website. Stay with us. I'm going to skip this one, too.